The former Deputy Governor of Ondo State, Agboola Ajayi, has emerged as a candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) for the November governorship election in Ondo State. Agboola, a former Deputy Governor during the first tenure of the late Governor Rotimi Akeredolu, trounced 6 other aspirants to get the PDP's ticket, having polled 264 votes at the party's primary on Thursday, beating his closest rival, a former member of the House of Representatives, Kolade Akinjo, who got 157 votes.
Now, recall that Mr. Ajayi joined the PDP after leaving the APC following what was termed irreconcilable differences with the late Governor Rotimi Akeredolu, who, of course, was the APC governor at that time. But, of course, he eventually later dumped the PDP and joined the Zenith Labour Party to contest the 2020 governorship election and emerged the party's candidate, but lost to late Governor Rotimi Akeredolu in 2020. Now, declaring Ajayi the winner of the election, the chairman of the committee said that 621 voters were accredited, 619 valid votes, and while 2 votes, of course, I'll take that again, 622 voters were accredited, 619 valid votes were counted, while 2 votes were invalid. Adding that Ajayi, having scored the highest votes, became the candidate of the party in the November 16 governorship election in the state. Now, joining us is Mr. Agboola Ajayi. He's the PDP governorship candidate in Ondo State. He, of course, will be joining us in a bit to have this conversation and share, his thoughts on winning the PDP candidate and also his plans for Ondo State. But we have currently the PDP's Publicity Secretary, Kennedy Perete, joining us. Good morning, and thanks for your time.
Good morning, and thanks for having me this morning on this program.
Let's go ahead and talk about, Agboola Ajayi and his win yesterday. What does this mean for the PDP? There's people who have, tagged the election the battle of the deputy governors. The PDP, of course, choosing and, of course, through voting yesterday, Agboola Ajayi. Is this, in any way something that the party should be excited about?
Well, 2 reasons why the party should be excited about it. One, because our opponent did not have the privilege of a credible, free, and fair primaries. You are aware they're in Abuja even yesterday. They're still battling with that. So we had a very transparent and credible process that has thrown up our candidate. So we had reason to be happy about that. 1. 2, we also have to be happy about it because we are talking about a man who has experience, who has learned the ropes of politics and governance. So the Ondo State people already know him as the deputy governor. They already know him when he was chair of local government. They already know him when he was a member of the House of Representatives. So we are talking about a man with a lot of experience. So he has come to this contest with a lot of experience. And that is where our strength is. And especially because there is not one of the other contestants who has raised an eyebrow about the process. Yep. It was covered live. The men were there, and everybody saw everything that happened. So those are the reasons for which we should be excited about the outcome.
There've currently been no complaints, from the other candidates. Like you said, it seems to have been a very free and fair process, for his emergence. But, aside, the fact that you said his experience, people are going to question once again the irreconcilable differences that he had with, late Governor Rotimi Akeredolu. So can you shed a little more light on that? What were the challenges back then? We hope that we can speak with him so he can also, address this directly. But what were their challenges back then, and how do you think that this might also affect him politically in Ondo State?
Well, traditionally as an African, we don't normally talk about the disease. So I will not want to go too much to that. But the only thing I would say is that a lot of people were worried when the incumbent governor started having problems with Akeredolu when he was deputy governor. And the questions were, look, he said Agboola Ajayi was not good.
All right, it seems that we have network challenges with him, but we hope that he can join the conversation. But now we'll be bringing the man of the moment, who has just, of course, won the party primaries. We have Mr. Agboola Alfred Ajayi, the PDP governorship candidate for Ondo State. Good morning, sir, and welcome to the show. I think the first thing will be to say congratulations on winning your party's ticket and being the official flag bearer for the People's Democratic Party.
Thank you. Good morning, viewers. Good morning, Nigeria.
Good morning. All right. Haven't been in government before. I mean, you did serve as the Deputy Governor of Ondo State before. There are, people who wonder what exactly it is that you're bringing that is a different flavor to governance this time, if you are able to win the gubernatorial elections in Ondo State.
Well, good morning. Thank you for having me. Once again, I thank you for this audience. You said it, having been in government is something that, to me, is a passion, and I want to also give back to the society. I've seen it all. I've been a ward chairman, I've been a secretary of the party, I've been a supervisory councillor, I've been council chairman twice, member House of Rep, deputy governor. Even governor I've acted many times. So I have clear vision of how to develop on those things, how to transform and make a difference if the people of Ondo State give me the chance. And I'm sure they already made up my mind. If you look around since yesterday, the jubilation everywhere, both APC, PDP, everybody are interested who will be their next governor. We can't continue with this and expect a different result.
Yeah, you just mentioned that you have a clear picture of what what is required to develop Ondo State. You were deputy governor until, of course, 2020, yes, when there was the falling out with late Rotimi Akeredolu. So, were those plans that you speak of now, were they not, was it difficult passing them through the governor at that time? And also, can you shed a little more light, yes, on the differences that you had with the late governor, with the fears that this might also affect your chances going forward?
Well, thank you. The office of a deputy governor is different from the governor's seat himself. Yes, I was a deputy governor deputizing the governor, and if you look at the constitution of Nigeria, it's very clear. The deputy governor can only perform any function assigned to him by his boss. So that's answered the first question that you answered. But again, the little I could do when I was deputy governor, I tried, and everybody around in those states, I've seen my impact, they know my capacity, they know what the stuff I'm made of. But coming to the question of the crisis between me and my late boss, I don't like to discuss somebody who's not alive again. He's not alive, and we should allow the man to rest. Whatever happened between me and him, between the governor and myself, my late governor and myself, is something that we should put behind us, and the state should move forward. I don't want to go back to that thing.
Yeah, it's not necessarily. I mean, I agree that he's not.
The chances of whether.
Yeah, I agree that he's not here to defend himself. And of course, with respect to him and his family, we don't necessarily want to, go too deep. But it's really about, what your chances are going forward. There's people who would argue that he already set up a political structure in Ondo State, and that is what the people of Ondo State and the politics in Ondo State is leaning towards. So do you think that, that political structure will somehow favor you? Do you think it exists and it will favor you?
Oh, yeah. Let me quickly remind you that the person who's going to be the governor of Ondo State is not only PDP governor, neither is going to be the APC governor. See, in other words, everybody are interested who will be the next governor of Ondo State. Those who are in APC are much interested who PDP was going to pick yesterday. And so also when the APC were to conduct their primary too, all of us in the PDP too, we were also keenly interested in the person that will probably emerge from APC. But we thank God it has played out. So the states can now make their choice. And in terms of structure, I've said it all, Everybody in those states knows who is Agbo. They may not know the real Agboola Ajayi, but when you want to mention Agbo, it's a household name, and people have confidence in me. The character is there, and I'm going to deliver, and I won't disappoint anybody.
What do you say
the structure is there, and it's going to give me favorably.
What do you say those who criticize your earlier move to the Zenith Labour Party in 2020? Some have accused you of dividing the party in 2020, and they worry that you might...
That is destiny. So that is destiny. That's anything that you cannot help in your life. Those things are gone, and we put behind us, and the party has moved on. You also see the result yesterday. It doesn't really have anything to do with party structure and how the victory of the party in the next election.
How would you rate...
DPP are determined, or those people are determined to...
All right, so sorry to interject. I wanted to ask you how you would rate the current administration so far. I mean, the current time of Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa, it's been some months of him stepping in to wrap up the administration of late Governor Rotimi Akeredolu. How would you say he has fared so far?
Well, Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa is a friend. As a matter of fact, he called me last night. Unfortunately, I missed his call. Just to call. So all of us, we are friends. So I don't want to go into it. Is too early for us to start rating 2 months government. But Ondo State, Idigin are assessing the government and performance of every individual. At the appropriate time, we'll come out and tell you what we felt about them and the assessment and what they must have done wrong. We also say it. It's not only me, everybody are watching. So nobody can dance naked in the masquerade market that you think they will not see you. It's clear. So people are watching, and they would only take a decision that will favor the state.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing you stated that there's no bad blood between yourself and Governor Aiyedatiwa. Like you said, he spoke to you last night.
Not at all.
Okay, that's important, because Nigerians are looking and hoping for peaceful. At least the people of Ondo State need peaceful elections. But I want to, once again, I ask. You've made mention, that.
Let me quickly say something, and that's the aspect I want to really emphasize. Whatever thing is happening today in Ondo State is strange to Ondo State. Anytime we are conducting primary election, people go around, laugh, jubilate. But what we saw last week was really embarrassing. Gunshots, crisis everywhere. You need to come another day and watch the PDP primary election. The system was transparent, democracy was in place, and everybody was happy. So that is the trend.
So are you saying that the APC as a party... Are you saying that the APC as a party brought that level of violence to Ondo State?
Of course, it is not to everybody in the country, not only in Ondo State. It's worrisome, and they should stop disturbing the peace of Ondo State. Yeah, but the party has a guideline, and they should play according to the rules of the party. Their constitution should be obeyed, and that's exactly what the party has done, and make us a different party.
Yeah, but you were a member of the APC until you stepped out in 2020. So, have you always known that this is the nature of the APC? Well,
maybe that was part of why I left, so you can't even say about that. Okay. It's a freedom of association, so I can, that's answer that.
Okay, I want to ask a little bit further. You've mentioned, how the people of Ondo State know your character. They know your, pedigree and how far you've come through the different stages of your political career. You've also been in the House of Reps. I think you're also a member of the NDDC team in the House of Reps. But I want to ask...
No, not just a member, I was a chairman.
Chairman, I beg your pardon. Yeah, chairman. Yeah, I beg your pardon. But I want to ask, in what specific things, can the people of Ondo State point to that your presence, your representation has brought for them as indigenous of Ondo State?
Well, thank you, my brother. And I can say this without missing word. In the history of Ilajes S.L. Odo, nobody, no member House of Rep has impacted more than what I've done when I was a member House of Rep. I didn't really impacted my local government and the constituency alone, as a matter of fact, the entire Ondo South. You are aware that for the past 15 years, we are in darkness in Ondo South. The only hope we have right now, that project was initiated by me. That is the 132 kVA substation of Tipa. And I've said this severally, nobody could come and say, it's a lie. And that one was initiated by me. We thank God today, the project is almost completed. It started long ago when I was a member of Rep. I was the person who actually initiated that project in NDDC budget that time. Again, when we were in the House of Rep, when I was chairman of House Committee, there is this road, there is this concept that we should construct a road from Calabar to Lagos. I'm sure the federal government is trying to do something about the coastal road now. But we look at the bid, I said, okay, this might be too much. Why can't you take it from Warri to Ogoye, then Ogoye to Ugbo, to connect the road that the Tekago was constructing to Lagos. And to the glory of God, everybody in Ilaje Seldo knew my impact. I was able to influence a road contract. As at that time, that project was the biggest in the history of NDDC. At that time, it was around 32 billion naira project, Ugbo project. And population was paid. Unfortunately, our people could not manage it, and the contract was abandoned. So also the reclamation of Ayetoro. Anytime I go to a large area, I'm always a sad person because there's no life there. No life, and some of us feel that we are from this environment. This is the area where everybody can naturally emancipate ourselves economically. So you need to ask the people in SLD Ilaje, of Ondo South, that how has this guy impacted into their life when he was in the House of Rep? I don't want to go into human capacity, empowerment. I did so much, a lot, and that's probably what.
Yeah, all right. You probably should. You probably should. You know, with all due respect, because what you've stated now is electricity for Ondo South. You know that you said is still in the works. You, of course, facilitated, that process many years ago, but, you didn't confirm that they now have steady electricity. And then you spoke about, the coastal road that is being done by, or that was meant to be, done, by the NDDC, 32 billion naira, which you stated now that was abandoned somehow, in the process. So it still has not been delivered to the people of Ondo State. So I mean, you didn't state clearly, at least 2-3 specific things, that you use to improve on the quality of life of the people of Ondo State and the people that you represented, in healthcare, in education, in security, in infrastructure, human capital development, improving on the quality of life, maternal and infant mortality.
Well, I've just said it. Unfortunately, in Nigeria context, we just misplaced the parity of legislators. You understand?
Yeah.
But again, I can say this to you. You need to go to my local government, go to my constituency. We have good network road everywhere in the local government. Those projects might probably be completed when I was there. Of course, I couldn't have spent more than the first 4 years, and I was not given opportunity to cover for the second time. So also the instability in the system did not really also encourage some of these things, because when somebody leaves office, it's expected that the next person will start from where he stopped, but it's not usually the case. The Okitipa light, the Okitipa 102 kVA light substation, of course, NDDs has been following it up, and I'm sure any minute from now the light will be on. It's a very sad event that a whole district, Ondo South, has been in darkness for more than 12 years. But I'm sure any minute from now, the light will be on everywhere, continue to enjoy. Because we look at it that. Go ahead.
All right. As the candidate of the People's Democratic Party, yeah, I can hear you, sir. I hope you can hear us as well. As a candidate of the People's Democratic Party, if you win the elections, what would you say? I mean, you did say that you understand what it takes to revive the economy of Ondo State. If you do win the elections, what are the first, maybe top 3 things you will do for the people of Ondo State? And at what point can the people hold you to account? Should we say maybe the first 100 days? At what point can they then start to ask questions?
Well, let me tell you, the primary objection of every government is to make sure that you secure lives and property. First, I can assure you, if I'm governor of Ondo State, life will be secured, and we understand what is going on right now in terms of kidnapping here and there. I've said this in one of my campaigns that I was part of those who established Amateku in Ondo State to strengthen the security, internal security of Ondo State. And I also look at it that we can do it better. If I'm governor of Ondo State, people should expect, and I said what they call, forest guard to complement the Amatekus. And so that our farmers can go to a farm and farm without being fear, without being kidnapped, and without being, molested. So when we strengthen this President Amateku, create a unit called the Forest Guard, and strengthen them very well in terms of infrastructure, construct roads for them, so that they can have good network in our farms and the bushes and the forests. So that's about security. In terms of economic emancipation, I've said it. I'm from the Riverine area of Ondo State. If we want to actually unlock Ondo State potential, the first thing for us is to construct infrastructure that can really transform the Riverine area. Once you do that, my brother, you will discongest Lagos State completely. The money will move to Ondo State, and everybody will become clearing and forwarding agent. Business will, everybody will be busy. So I have the clear vision to develop Ondo State and to also turn it place to economy-based states without necessarily looking for federal government allocation every month.
All right, sir. So how soon can...
And once all these things are in place...
How soon after you get into office do you think that you'd be able to achieve this? And how soon can the people start to ask questions? What is the time frame you can give the people of Ondo State? Well,
if I assume office as governor, I wouldn't want to say after 3 months, 100 days in office. Those are mentality that does not actually give a product, doesn't really give any meaningful meaning. Of course, my first day in office, people will know that there is action. Government has come, politics has come, and they will continue to play it. After 1 year, if there is no impact, people should criticize in a constructive manner and ask questions. That's the essence of democracy.
Okay, so we have the 1 year time frame, and then we hope that a number of these will be achieved.
I didn't say I will wait till 1 year. Just get me that. I didn't say I'm going to wait till 1 year. I said the moment I assume office, the first day I start working. But in 1 year, people will come out and assess the government.
Yeah. All right. You, of course, ceased being in the government house in 2020. Can you give us, ideas on what, what has happened for you politically since then till now?
It's okay. I thank God for my life, and God has been too kind to me. I started from nowhere, from the scratch, and today I became a household name in Ondo State. As a matter of fact, in Nigeria, you are talking to me because you are not even in Ondo State. You must have somebody who's bearing Agboola Ajayi. So his life has been so smooth. It doesn't really have any much impact. I still stay in the midst of the people, eat and dine with them every day. So that makes me more qualified than any other person who is in this race. I live with them. I know their problems. We eat together, we do everything together. So I am part of Ondo State, and I'm still in Ondo State. As I'm speaking with you, I'm in Akure, the state capital. If I leave here, I'll go to my village and come back. So I understand the terrain very, very well.
And what happens, if the people of Ondo State choose different? Would you, of course, still be present and willing to serve in any capacity?
I can assure you they know the best. I can assure you they know the best, and they will not choose wrongly. They will know who come. They know all of us. They know our capacity. It's a test of rewards, and I'm sure they will definitely give back to society.
All right, my final question.
They won't settle for the less. We can't load the bar. Go ahead, please.
My final question, you've just said that Ondo people know they won't settle for less, and by less I would assume that you mean other candidates. You did mention at the beginning of this interview that you have a very good relationship with Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa. So what is it about the PDP? What do you have over the APC that makes you the party to beat at the elections?
Well, the difference between PDP and APC is what all of us are saying now. We all go to the same market, you and I. It wasn't like this in the past. People are also assessing the government. They're also looking at what is the trend of events in the country. It's not different what's happening. As a matter of fact, it's even worse here. It's like I don't want to say much. Like I said, Kolade Akinjo, Governor Kolade Akinjo is a friend. So that does not take away that.
Why should the people of Ondo? Why should the people of Ondo choose you over Governor Kolade Akinjo?
It's because they would definitely choose the best among the two of us, and I'm sure they will choose him because they know that the capacity is in me. I've been with them, I've served them, and they know what I can do. I will definitely deliver. They have confidence in me. They have confidence in me that this guy can actually deliver. My sister, you need to go and contest an election from councillor, from ward chairman, for House of Rep, the deputy governor. You will know what I'm talking about.
All right.
It's not a joke. In Ondo State here, we do respect everybody. I hardly see anybody who have my political credentials who started from ward level to this level, to a deputy governor, the governorship candidate. My brother, my sister.
If you do get into office,
you can go and buy a form and try it and see what's going to happen.
If you do get, well, for now, I do not have such interest, but I wish you all the best. And if you do get in office, I'm hoping that the credentials, the very robust credentials that you have, and the promises that you made will be translated to improving the lives of the people of Ondo State, and that we can have you back again to talk about your journey so far. Thank you very much.
Take that one for granted. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Agboola Alfred Ajayi,
I appreciate it.
PDP gubernatorial candidate for Ondo State.
Thank you.